From today on, we'll start to learn Unit 3, Introduction to Statistics. This unit includes three parts. First part is basic concept of statistics. This is what we're going to learn today. And from tomorrow on, we'll learn some common graphical descriptive techniques and numerical descriptive techniques. Okay, so today let's look at some basic concepts of statistics. Statistics in Chinese means 统计学. Okay, first of all, let's look at the relationship between probability and statistics. So basically speaking, statistics is a way to get information from data. Both probability and statistics study random phenomena. Probability focus on distribution, whereas statistics focus on data collection and processing. In probability, that we already know that some random variable yields to a certain distribution, and then we study the properties of that random variable, right? However, in statistics, we do not know the distribution of the random variable or population or sample. So first of all, in statistics, usually we have to collect the data and process the data in order to find some properties or distributions for the whole population or the sample. Okay, there are two types of statistics. One is called descriptive statistics. The other is called inferential. Descriptive statistics deals with methods of organizing, summarizing, and presenting data in a convenient and informative way. This allows statistics practitioners to present data in a way that makes it easy for the reader to extract useful information. Okay, for inferential statistics, this is a body of methods used to draw conclusions or inferences about the characteristics of populations based on sample. Okay, so next we need to introduce the definition of population and sample. This is a very important concept you need to understand thoroughly. So in statistics, a population is a group of all items of interest to a statistics practitioner. Frequently speaking, they are very large, sometimes infinite. For example, if you want to study all 5 million Florida voters, all 5 million Florida voters is your population. Okay. As to the sample, a sample is a set of data drawn from the population, potentially very large, but less than the population. For example, if we draw a sample of 765 voters from the population, then the small set is called a sample. Okay, and there are two other concepts called population size or sample size. Population size is the number of items in your population. Sample size is the number of items in the sample. Understand? Any questions? Okay. And for population usually has parameters. Parameters is a descriptive measurement of a population. And sample has statistics. Statistics are also a descriptive measurement of a sample. Sampling process should be random and independent. So remember, parameters corresponds to population, and the statistics corresponds to sample. They are both used to describe the characteristics of the population or the sample. Okay. And statistical inference is a process of making an estimate, prediction, or decision about the population based on a sample. As we said before, the population is usually large, it's usually very large. Okay. And sometimes is infinite. So if we want to study the characteristics of the population, sometimes it is impossible to have all the data values here, right? So usually we draw a small set from the population, and this small set is called a sample. And then we can study the characteristics of the sample, which is called statistics, such as, for example, we can calculate the sample mean or sample variance or sample standard deviation, and use such statistics of the sample to inference the characteristics of the parameter of the population. In this way, we know that the characteristics of the population, right? This process is called statistical inference. Understand? So there are two common types of descriptive techniques. One type is called graphical descriptive techniques. For example, if we have some data, we can draw bar chart, right? And we can also draw pie chart. And sometimes we can draw scatter plot to illustrate the relationship between two variables, right? These techniques are called graphical descriptive techniques. And the other technique is called numerical descriptive techniques. For example, when we calculate the mean, median, VAR, or standard deviation, etc. These measurements are called numerical descriptive techniques. Okay, and in our following lessons, we'll learn these two types of descriptive techniques separately. Okay, right. There are two other concepts called confidence level and significance level. The confidence level is the proportion of times that an estimating procedure will be correct. For example, we say a confidence level of 95%, which means that estimates based on this form of statistical inference will be correct 95% of the time. When the purpose of the statistical inference is to draw a conclusion about the population, the significance level measures how frequently the conclusion will be wrong in the long run. For example, a 5% significance level measures that means that in the long run, this type of conclusion will be wrong 5% of the time. Okay. In conclusion, confidence level plus significance level is always equal to 1. Understand? Okay. All right, this is some basic concepts in statistics we have learned today. Today we will not learn some any other concepts. These are very basic concepts. Okay. From tomorrow on, we'll start to learn graphical descriptive techniques. Okay. So I'll leave the rest of the time for you to complete today's homework. Okay. Remember to do the homework independently and submit them onto Google Classroom. If you have any questions, you can ask here. Or if you want to download the lecture slides from Google Classroom, lecture slides is also there. Okay. Okay. Please start to do your homework for today now.